everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you are having a fantastic day so far. I hope today has been treating you well. In today's video I have got a full face of new products from Made by Mitchell. I say it in every single video but I am so excited. We have got foundation, we've got concealer, we've got a blush balm light. I absolutely love the blush balm formula, so I'm very excited to get into this one. I've got accidentally got three shades of the blush books. We'll get into that whole story. And I got two shades of the Modern Melt liquid lip pens. I got a red and I got a nude, and then obviously that's not a full face of products, but I'm going to be like using some of my other favourites that I have already tested previously to this. Mitchell doesn't have eyebrow products just yet, so I'll be using other products for that, but hopefully they'll be coming quite soon. Hopefully. So let's just get started with the foundation. So this is the liquid foundation, and on the packaging it doesn't say anything about what the coverage is meant to be, what the finish is meant to be. It literally just says liquid foundation, and I got this in LB8 and that looks like a really decent colour for me. However, I also got one of the liquid concealers. So this is the brightening concealer. This is in LBR3. I have another shade coming today, but it hasn't arrived yet, so we're just going to try and make this work, but this will be too light for me. I'm going to have to get a little bit creative with that. So let's just start with the foundation. Yeah, that colour can work. Like I say, there's no information on the packaging or anything, so I don't know how much to use. I don't know if this is going to be really full coverage. I don't love that it's in this wand. Like, how many dips am I going to have to do to get the right amount of product on my face? Because at this stage I don't know. That was like 4-ish. I don't really know. So I'm going to try and blend it out with a makeup sponge, because that's generally how I prefer to apply my foundation. Like, I get that this has got the wand so that it's more I was about to say more sanitary for if you're doing other people's makeup, but you're gonna have to put it on a palette to then apply it. And I feel like a pump for a foundation just makes a lot more sense. Also, the live where they launched this, was anybody else watching? Let me know if you watched it as well, because I've spoken to a few people who were watching it, and I've spoken to a few of my friends who I know have been watching it. Did anybody else think that it was just absolute chaos? Like, really overwhelming to watch. I didn't feel like I found out any information about any of the products. It all felt really buy now, buy now, buy now, it's gonna sell out, it's only available for an hour, and then the next day it was still on the website. And like, it was all like a lot of pressure, and they weren't really getting through the colour shades. That's why I ended up, like the swatches and things, that's why I ended up with a concealer that's white. Yeah, I just felt like it was really weird. I really didn't enjoy it. Like, obviously I bought a lot of products here, but it was really weird. I hope they don't do that again. Like, I get it, you know, they broke records, etc., but I just felt like it was a lot of work where it didn't have to be. It didn't have to be what it was. I'm also not going to be doing a wear test today because it's already 22:02 in the afternoon, so not going to be doing that. Let's see what the concealer looks like. Okay, I'm just going to tap that there, and I'm going to use my sponge to blend that out, but I really do need a different shade of that. I might actually just use that foundation around my eyes. What was I saying? Yes, that's how I ended up with 3 of the blush books, because I accidentally added the wrong one and I didn't realise until after I had checked out, and I get it, it's a me problem, I get it, but I didn't realise until after I checked out that I ordered Atlas of Anatomy, which is more of a, it's just slightly deeper tones, where the one that I meant to order was Grow Your Peach. And like, I know the packaging doesn't look very similar, but like, similar enough to confuse me. Okay, so, yes, what I was saying, I just remembered. I don't have time to do a full day wear test today because it's already quite late in the afternoon. So if you want to see a full day wear test when these actually launch, like properly, because that was another thing. They just launched this for an hour apparently, and then it was still there the next day. But they're not actually available now. They're coming, I think they said, in October. So if you want to see a full day wear test, how this looks by the end of the day after I've worn it for, you know, a full day of work and everything like that, let me know. If you are happy with just a first impression, like what this video is going to be, that's absolutely fine, I won't be offended. But if you want to see more on it in the future when it actually launches, let me know. I'm happy to do that. So let me look real close. What does this look like? It's quite a matte finish. I don't think I was necessarily expecting that. And I had moisturised with the Made by Mitchell moisturiser, which isn't necessarily my favourite moisturiser, but that's what I used. I feel like, I know I didn't use very much of that concealer because it was obviously completely the wrong shade for me, but I feel like you can still see a lot of my blueness in the inner corner. So I'm going to just use a little bit of the foundation. I don't hate the colour of this for around my eyes. I do just usually prefer something a little bit lighter, but this it'll be fine. We can make it work. And I'll just see if I can build this up anymore. It's, I would say, with the amount that I applied and also blending it out with a sponge, this is giving me like a soft matte finish that is maybe medium to full. I definitely feel like this can be built upon, like the way that it's sort of set down. I feel like this will be okay to layer up, like to get more coverage if you feel like it. I actually quite like the way that that looks just on the first application, but it is slightly more matte than what I would usually go for. But granted, I didn't have any sort of primer, glowy primer, anything on underneath, so that may affect things. So just a little recap. The foundation I wore in LB8, and I mean, you can see the colour of my skin. I am very, very pale, so they do have a really great shade selection. And I wear NARS Gobi, I wear Revolution F2, I do have a yellow undertone, and I'm very fair. So LB8 worked really, really well for me. I like that. The concealer, I'm not going to keep on talking about it. So I'm going to just use a little bit of my Bronze Pod in Caramel Kiss. I nearly remembered then, didn't I? I always forget the name. So I'm just going to dust a bit of this round my, like round the outside of my face. I don't actually know which blush book I want to go into today. Whichever ones I don't use, I will put in future videos, but what am I feeling today? I'm not sure. So that's the bronzer on. This is one of my favourite bronzers of all time, so absolutely no surprise that I love it. So what shade am I thinking for blush? Let's just go through them. First up, we have got Grow Your Peach. That's what the outer packaging looks like. And then, whoop, we've got a little, I'll be getting rid of them. That's what Grow Your Peach looks like. I could use all of those shades. This is why I didn't get the fourth one, because it was like made for a different skin tone. It wasn't made for me. And it was much deeper colours. So, oh, this bottom one, Cobbler, that looks a little bit shimmery. Could be tempted by that. Then, Atlas of Anatomy, which doesn't want to come out of the packaging. It knows that this was not the one that I meant to order. So that's what the outer packaging looks like. I do think that these are beautiful. Like, this is, you know, intestines and a heart and innards and such, but it's still beautiful. And then this is what the colours look like, with, you know, just a little bit of spine down the middle. And these two at this side are shimmery. I feel like this shade and the lightest shade in this one, I feel like they are very similar. Yeah, they are very close, aren't they? Very, very close. I don't know if they are necessarily colours that, like, I wouldn't choose those if it was just in a single, but obviously I've got them now. And then the last one is Living in Pink. It says, a practical guide to unique and brilliant ways of using pink around the home. I don't need telling twice. I would love that sofa. Not gonna lie. So that's what the outer packaging looks like. And then, ooh, that one's broken a little bit. Let me just clean it up. This is what it looks like inside. Beautiful, beautiful, bright summery shades. And I love this, like the design of this one. If you don't know, I've got a houseplant in this room that's about as tall as I am, and it's a monstera, just like this. It started off life as a £5 little reject from Morrison's, and I felt sorry for it, so I bought it, and now it's just taking over my whole room. So I think I want to use one of the more peachy ones today, because it's summer and I feel like I need the warmth in my skin. So let's go in with the one that I didn't necessarily mean to purchase, the Atlas of Anatomy, and I'm going to go in with Heartstrings. This shade up here. Oh, this one is really nice. And excuse you, sir, I'm trying to film in here. At this point you will know I'm moving my filming room, that's why. People around here are so rude. So I've just got a little bit of Heartstrings. Oh, that's pretty. That's almost more of like a toasty red undertone rather than what I was necessarily thinking, which was something a bit more peachy. Obviously I could have just gone in with the peach book, but I really like this one. I really like this shade. Definitely more of a autumn shade for me, she says, during a heat wave, but I think that looks really nice. That's really like toasty and warm on the skin. I've gone overboard. Who saw that coming? Literally no one. Okay, just gonna take my sponge and bounce over that. Just to blend it in a bit. Of course I got too much. I really like that though. And that's like the little shimmeriness. I feel like that's added a nice little glow to the skin. I like it. So let's add more glow. I've got the Blush Balm Lights, and I got this in Sprinkles. They had like swatched this on one of the models or something that they had on the TikTok live, and it looked beautiful, but that just looks white. Oh no, it's like white, but it's got like a pink reflect to it. I might just use this on my fingers, question mark. let's see how this goes. Just got a little bit there. Oh, they did also launch Slip Dew. And honestly, let me know if you've tried it, but it just looked like Vaseline with a bit of glitter in it. So I'm happy to be proven wrong. If you have it and you really like it, let me know what you think of it. But a sticky, slippy Vaseline highlight, I absolutely cannot. My hair is down to my waist. I can't deal with anything sticky like that because my hair will just stick to it. But I do feel like these will set down, hopefully. Let's get my mirror up again and see what this is looking like. I feel like this is a very soft, natural, lit from within, she's hydrated, sort of a highlight. I like it. But I do usually like something, I was about to say a bit more blinding. I do usually like something a lot more blinding than this. It's nice. It's a nice undertone. I feel like it's blended in with the blush nicely. And I do feel like that's setting down. I will report back once it's had a little bit longer, but I'm going to just go off and do my brows. Like I say, I don't have any Made by Mitchell brow products, so I'm just going to go off and use e.l.f. Wow Brow and e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil because it's the one that's out on the table, and then we'll be back for everything else. Okay, so that is the brows done, and I can confirm that the blush lights that I'm throwing across my table, that has been on my skin for about 10 minutes. It did take me quite a while to do my brows today, not gonna lie, and it's pretty much completely set now, so I do feel like that will eventually in time set down. So I'm going to just put a little bit of that bronze powder through my crease because Made by Mitchell have eyeshadow palettes. I don't love them. I've got them. They're, you can't see, they're down here. I have all 4 of them. They are not my favourite. I could use them or I could get rid of them. I really don't ever use them. So I'm just going to use a little bit of this through my crease because the liquid liners, the glittery, what are they called? Make a Mark? Yes. These, absolutely fantastic. I love them so much. So I really want to focus on those today. So just a little bit of bronzer through the crease and also under the eyes, just to add a little bit of shape back to my eyeballs, and then we can do what I'm thinking is green on the inner corner, which is called Seafoam, going into the wing in the purple, which is Crazy Purple Lady. Are you picking up what I'm putting down there? I think that that's going to look incredible. I don't have mascara. I have one of the mascaras, but it's brown. I'm not necessarily feeling like that's the vibe I'm wanting with this like two-tone glittery eyeliner look. I'll decide once I've done the eyeliner. So going in with Seafoam first on the inner half-ish and then purple on the outer corner. I thought it might be useful if I just zoomed you in actually so you can see what I'm doing, but this is what the skin's looking like whilst you're all zoomed in. So I haven't put any sort of powder on, anything down the centre. And I feel like that looks really nice. It does just look like a natural matte, but I really like it. So that's just the Seafoam shade on the inner corner, and now I'm going to go in with Crazy Purple Lady, which is what you could call me. I love purple, so I'm just going to do like the wing and blend it in with that green. Fingers crossed. I'm certain that I saw them do this on the live when they were launching these, so let's see. So that's the purple laid down, and I'm going to just go back in with the green one and just blend that in a little bit. Yeah, that was really easy. I feel like that looks really different, but not so different. Like I could just wear that every day. I love that, and I love these. They last incredibly, incredibly well. If you don't know, I work in a very hot, very sweaty kitchen, and I have worn these for a full day at work, and they were absolutely still there at the end of the day, so I'm a big fan. Okay, I am the biggest fan of that, like, blending into a different colour, and actually seeing this look and seeing how they've blended together makes me sad that I haven't got more shades. I do have the bronzy one. Is it called Havana? I do have that one, but those two together look beautiful. I really, really like how that's turned out. I mean, I expected no less. I was expecting to really like it. So I'm just going to go in with a bit of mascara. This is just the one in my project pan. It's the Wet n Wild Big Popper mascara, just in black. I'm going to just put a few layers of this on, and then we can get into those Modern Melt liquid lip pens. I've never heard of a product like that before, so I'm very excited to see what it's like. Of course, I have just received the email to say that the proper shade of the concealer is arriving between 4:45 and 7:45 this evening, so if you want to see more from the actual concealer that hopefully should actually be my shade, that'll be coming between 4:45 and 7:45 at some point in the future. I'm going to get into the Modern Melt liquid lip liners. What the benefit of a lip liner being in a liquid form is, I don't know. Maybe this will absolutely change my whole world. So like I say, I got a nude and I got a red. The nude is called All Yours. Looks like a decent colour. And the red is Be My Ruby. And I saw Be My Ruby on their Instagram, and it looked like a really nice orangey toned red, which we all know is my favourite. But let me just swatch these. So this is what the applicator looks like. It's really interesting. Like I say, I don't know what the benefit of it being like that is. Obviously it's very precise. Oh, and that's very pigmented. That is a lovely colour. Not for, I mean, maybe. Let me swatch All Yours as well. And again, these are like very liquid. You can hear the liquid inside. Oh, and that is very nude. Very peachy nude. And that top one has already dried down. Can you see how matte that is? But for a nude, that is very, very nude. Keep saying nude. Probably get demonetized. It's a colour. It's a pinky brown colour. So I actually think I'm going to use that red, you know. That's why I'm moving. That's why I'm moving. I don't have anything on my lips. They're feeling quite dry, honestly. So let's see how this goes. I'll leave you zoomed in so that you can see. I'm scared. It's a liquid lip liner. It doesn't matter, but I'm a little bit scared. Let's just see. Okay, so there's pigment. There's a lot of pigment to this. Okay. I love the colour, but they feel really strange. I mean, don't look too closely because I'm not very good, but they feel really sticky in quite a strange way. I love the colour, but I feel like you can see every single crack in my lips. My lips weren't that dry. But yeah, and where I like just press my lips together then, it's gone like patchy. Not sure on this one, you know? Okay, I think I've evened up the lip line a little bit, and I'm just not going to push my lips together, which I really desperately want to do, but I won't. I do feel like as well, you can't get sort of in to the lips properly. I don't mind it. Is it the greatest thing that I've ever used? No. I understand the concept. I really truly do. But I desperately feel like I need to put a lip oil or just something. Like, it feels like it's gonna crack because it's, I don't know, it's almost like a film on my lips, but that feels, doesn't feel sticky now that it's like dried down and I've put that second layer on to fill in all the bits where it disappeared before, but I feel like I need a lip oil or something. So I might just add a little lip oil. I've got my e.l.f. one here and I'm just gonna dab this on from my finger. Oh, that feels so much better. Instantly, so much better. The colour's still there. The lip line is still there. The colour like across the lip is still there. But that feels infinitely more comfortable. I like that a lot more now that I've put that over the top. And I wasn't even expecting to use the bright red, but I loved that. I love that colour. And actually, now that I've got that lip oil over the top, I think I like it. Not by itself though. It's not a lip line and nothing else. I would need an oil, a gloss, something. A Peel Louise lip conditioner probably. Something over the top. And that's my finished look. Okay, so I've just taken some micellar water on the back of my hand to try and get rid of those swatches. Is this a stain? I can be on board, but I didn't know. I didn't know that that was meant to be a stain. Obviously you can't see the nude shade, but that red, Be My Ruby, has stained a lot. So just bear that in mind. If you don't want a stain, if you don't want your lip liner to stain, is that a thing? I mean, that makes sense. If you don't want your lip liner to wear off. My brain is computing, but just quite slowly. I like it though. So what have we tried today? The foundation and concealer I really like. I'm going to have to report back on the concealer once I get the right shade for me. But LB8 for the foundation, absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. I don't love that it's the wand. I get that it's different. Don't love the wand. I like the outer packaging. It's all very ASMR, but don't love the wand. I really am surprised by the blush box and definitely surprised by the fact that I used the one that I never even intended to buy, and I like the way that that looks on my skin, even with this bright red lip that wasn't what I was planning on. But very, very excited to see how the other ones, Pretty Living in Pink and Grow Your Peach, we'll be using those at some point. The Blush Lights Balm, I really like. Not sticky at all, like you can see my hair's on it and it's not sticking. Really, really like that. I like the way that the liquid liners blended in. I've never done that before and I like how that looks. The lip pens are definitely like part of a lip routine, not the lip routine in its entirety. Sometimes I do just like wearing a lip liner and calling it a day. No like lip gloss or anything over the top. I don't feel like I could do that with this one. I definitely need something hydrating over the top of it. It was just a bit sticky and weird, but I like how this has turned out now with the lip oil over the top. I do like that. And was that everything? Yes, I think so. If I've forgotten anything, do let me know. I'm sure you will. But that is everything. All of the new releases from Made by Mitchell. Have you picked up any of these? I would love to know what you think as well. I'm happy with all of my new purchases, apart from the concealer, but I'm not going into it again. And I'm looking forward to trying all of the other shades in the things that I got more than one shade of. I like it. I think that these are very good products. And just for reference, if you don't know, I've got very dry skin, so usually a matte foundation is not my vibe. Usually I like something a bit more hydrating, something a bit more juicy, but I really like how that looks. And I will report back if it's long wearing or otherwise. I will report back. But if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. I would love to hear from you down in the comments down below. What do you think of any of these products if you have picked them up as well? But until next time, thank you ever so much for watching. Bye.